Cool. Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. We're back at it with another Sunday market breakdown, Sunday night market breakdown. Hope everybody's had a great Sunday. Hope everyone had a great trading week last week. Me, not so much, but it's okay. It's another week that we start. So we are going to go through our news first, and we're going to go ahead and break down gold and US30. So let's get into it. So if you guys want to go ahead and leave a comment in the chat while we're doing this, I'll answer any questions that I can for you. So let me just make sure on the other end that we are live. And it looks like we are good there. All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Boom, there we go. All right, guys. So let's check out news. So let's get our calendar. All right, here we go. November 5th to the 11th. All right, so Monday, let's see what we got. So again, for pairs like gold and US30, we're going to look at particularly USD specific. All right, so starting Monday, 11 a.m., we have FOMC with Cook speaks. Loan officer survey, it's tentative. So yeah, that's all we got. So 11 a.m. FOMC. Let's check out Tuesday. Tuesday, we got FOMC again with different chairmans speaking. So we got FOMC, member Barr speaks, Waller speaks, and 3 o'clock some consumer credits. Other than that, that's pretty much it for Tuesday. Wednesday, let's see, USD. So we got Fed Chair Powell speaks. So again, this is going to be a huge indicator right here also. So this is going to be huge news. So 9:15, so about 15 minutes before pre-market or when market starts. So pre-market open. And we got a little bit more of FOMC. Barr speaks and Jefferson speaks, 2 o'clock and 4:45 Eastern time. So again, if you guys are Pacific time, that's more going to be around 11 or 1:45. All right, and then let's check out Thursday. Thursday, we got a little bit of red letter news right here. Fed Chair Powell speaks again at 2 o'clock. So that's 11 o'clock for us. Or 12 o'clock, sorry. 12, 1, 2, yep. 12 o'clock for anybody at a specific time. So definitely watch out for that. And Friday, let's see what else we got. Prelims, consumer sentiments, 10 o'clock. I don't see a lot of movement on Friday. So we should be able to find some good movement there. All right, that's pretty much it for news. Nothing crazy this week. I mean, we do have FOMC a couple of times out of the week, so just be mindful of that. Of course, make sure you put your stop loss and preferably trade after the news comes out. So just watch the markets. All right, so let me see real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and look at gold. All right, so you guys can see this. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this up. Again, like I always do, I'll make it light so we can see it a lot better. And I'll go ahead and turn off this indicator. All right. All right, so if you guys have seen my breakdowns before, of course, we're going to start on the weekly. So let's make this smaller. There we go. All right, so currently we're at 1984 or 1983. So again, from here, we're going to find our trend. So as we see here, we broke above this high right here. So I want to say we are looking for buys this week. So we could have another fall down, so or another pullback. But from what I see, I think we're going to make our way up here. So I always like to throw an indicator in there as well, so a trend line rather. So something like this. So the reason I do that is because, again, if this breaks this trend line right here, more likely we're going to see it take out some of these lows right here, this liquidity. So we shall see. So, but we have had a pretty bullish run all the way since, like, this is all the way 2018 to now. So this is really where we want to put our focus, is right here. So because this is literally October 9th, October 16th, October 23rd, and first week in November. So this is where we're currently at. So we came all the way up here, and then we closed right here. So now we're right here, came all the way down here, closed down here, and then now we're starting here. So we're starting lower. So with that being said, we could have a pullback here, and we could continue to the upside. So, but at least we have our trend set. So, and then I always like to mark that. Just like that. So weekly, put bullish. Right. All right, so I'm going to move that there. All right, now we're going to go down to the daily and take a look. All right, so on the daily, we have kind of a nice small consolidation right now. So of course, Friday we came up here. We're pretty bullish all the way through the rest of the month of October. So now we're right here. So we had a big pull up, push down, came up, and now we're trying to push down a little bit here. So we could very well see a push down here. But I personally think if we don't break this area right here, right here, I think we have a good chance to push back up here into, I want to say, 2067. To this area right here. So of course on the daily, we like to mark up our support and resistance, our supply and demand and our psychological levels. So let's go ahead and do that now. Sorry, let me move that. All right, so our psychological levels. So let's find our support. I'm gonna break out my rectangle here. So again, this is gonna be our support. Make this blue. There we go. And then we can find another area of support as well. So where we want to find is where it last hit into a certain zone. So for me, this would be another one right here. So right here, because it did tap into here. So again, see, this is where we find these zones before it broke out. So again, we're going to find a resistance zone now, a resistance area. So another one that we could find is right here, but I'm gonna actually go up here. So this is another one. So again, it was in this zone. So because we had multiple times where it hit here, 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 and a couple times here. And we're currently around this zone right here. So it did come up and break this resistance, but it's actually pulling back. So if we do want to see continuation of buys, it's going to pull back into this zone and then break out again up to the upside, continue to the upside. If not, then we're going to break this resistance, and it's going to actually probably pull back into this area before it does go up. So, but we did have this huge bullish run here, so we could very well see a pullback back into this area. So, kind of the same concept what happened last week was we had a huge bullish run, and a bullish run doesn't go forever, so it has to pull back at some point just to retrace and sort of find balance again. So let's get one more area. Let's target this area right here. Yep. Again, that's going to be our high. So again, here. Let's see. So the way it currently looks is we are still bullish until it breaks through here. So daily bullish. All right. So here we go. These are our supply and demand zones. So again, let's find our psychological level. So again, this is always when we have numbers that are like 1850, 1945, something like usually in like fives. So for instance, I'll take my horizontal line and kind of look around this area where it's touched many times and kind of find that middle ground. So right here, I would say I'll make this black. Okay. So typically here I would do about 18, 15. I would kind of round it up. 18, oops. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. 18, 15, 50. There we go. All right, next one. This area right here, it touched multiple times. So 1893, I would literally round this up. 1900, 50. There we go. So I can always move this up into this area. All right. Now for this one, say 18. See what this is. 1982. I'll do 1985. All right, and then the last one, I'll do on the lower end here. So, because we could do the wick, but I'd rather do the closest to the candle, 2050. I like it. I'll do 2050, 45, 450. All right, so there's our psychological levels there. So now let's go down on the 4 hour, see what it looks like. So again, even though on the higher time frame, it looks like we're pulling down, on the 4 hour, we could very well respect this support right here and push up into this next area. So, because we are currently in this zone now. So we were in this zone, and now we broke through. We pulled through here, had a pullback, came up, came down, came up again, had a little bit of pullback, came up again. We're having a pullback right now, and I think we're going to continue up past this. So with that said, I feel like our next area would be around 2010, personally. So with that, we can find this, and then our 4 hour will still be bullish. All right. So again, usually when we do our top-down analysis, usually we want to find the two highest as a confluence. So for trend, so weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, and in this case, 4 hours is bullish still. So reason being is because we have not broken this area right here, this low. So once we break this low right here, then I would consider to be a breakup structure, and we could possibly look for some lows down into this area here. So either this zone right here or into this zone right here. So, but we gotta have to kind of see how it's going to play out. Typically, when you see a candle like this is usually a bullish pin. So usually when we have this long wick, a lot of times it means that that it's exhausting, and that's where the next candle ends up being bearish, and we end up pulling down. So with that being said, we could see some possible direction down, but again, we have to see if it's going to respect this support area currently. So if it doesn't, then it's going to break down into this area right here again. So, and again, it could very well break down back into this zone before it shoots back up. Because, like I said, we did have a bullish run last week. So, all this. So, we're kind of in a small consolidation right now because the market just opened just a couple hours ago. But if it does, I believe for it to pull back a little bit more and down into this area before we pull back up. So we got to kind of see how the week goes. Monday will give us a little bit more indicator because we'll see some volume in the market. And we shall see. I don't typically trade on Mondays, but it really depends on the setup and what I see. So we will see in regards to that. So other than that, that's pretty much it for gold. Now let's take a look at US30. All right, so here's US30. Clear this up also. No drawings. There you go. All right. So again, let's start with the weekly. Let's do our top-down analysis. And let's find our trend first. Let's get rid of that. There we go. All right, so let's kind of see first what last week did. So we have a nice bullish engulfing candle right here. So literally all week we had some nice push up in the market for US30. So, but as of current, I want to say we were bearish. So usually how I indicate that is usually again pull the trend line, come here like that, push it up a little bit. So typically we have multiple points here where it's hit, but we did ended up breaking through here. So typically that could give us a bullish stance. So we could see some bullish movement this coming week. So because that is a nice engulfing candle. So and we did break the trend line. So I'm gonna go with it's currently bullish. Bullish. Okay. All right, so that's there for the weekly. Now let's go down to the daily. So again, as we see here on a slightly smaller time frame, we had some bearish movement. So we had a pull down here, came up, pulled down, came up, pulled all the way down to 32,933, came back, pulled up, came back down even lower to, let's see, I want to say 32,391. And then we had a huge push up last week all the way into 34,103. So again, it came into this same zone that it had hit before. So if I were to zoom out a little bit and look at it like this, we literally broke this trend line. So we definitely could have a small pullback and literally have pull up to this area here, up into 35,685. So again, with that being said, I'm going to put the daily as bullish as well. All right, so we got two for three. All right, so here on the daily, this is also where we're going to be doing our support and resistance, supply and demand. So let's mark up those areas. All right, so let's start with our support. All right, rectangle. All right, support zone is going to be right here. All right. And then now we're going to find resistance. So we have this area right here where it's hit multiple times. So we're going to go to we want to go to the most recent here. So we always want to look to the left and go to about right here. We want to go to the wick. So go from the body to the wick. Okay, let's do this. About that. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we can see here that this actually ended up being support or resistance, and then became support, boom, all the way back to resistance again. So once it breaks here, then it'll be resistance again. So now this is support. So sorry, actually this area is actually considered resistance still. So because we came back down, this would have been support. Came back up, resistance, came back down, this is support, and then resistance again. So we're going to find another area of resistance. So it's going to be this area right here. So another key area where it hit more than once. And then let's do this top part as well. All right. All right, so there's our support and resistance. So I like to keep my charts nice and clean. So as we can see also, now that we have this, we'll knock out our psychological levels really quick. So you can actually move this to the left also and see that it hit, tapped into this area. So I'm going to actually move this up a little bit into area where it's hit multiple times. So because it just broke through here, but then came right back up. So, but this area hit multiple times. So we want to try to highlight that area because those are areas of interest. Because the market repeated itself and it just went into a pattern. Let's see if we can move this into here. And we can see that it hit multiple times here actually. So, all right, let's go to psychological levels. All right, so 32,730. 2750. There you go. And this one, I actually want to do more around here. So 34059 up to 50, 0. There we go. All right, we'll do this one right here. Like I said, I like to do it closest to the body versus the wick. Yeah, right there. So we'll round that up. Okay. So 34050. And then this one's 35,000. And then this last one to 35,620.9. Mark it down. There you go. All right, so we got our psychological levels there. Now let's go down to the 4 hour. See how that looks. All right, so the 4 hour is still bullish. I'll go here really quick. This down. Hour. Bullish. All right. So this is where we're currently at on the 4 hour. So we have to see if tomorrow morning we're going to see some pullback before this continues to the upside, I believe. So for this one, I personally believe, so I get my path. So I think we're going to see a pullback down into this area right here. Pull back. Come back into, we're going to come to this area here. And we'll pull back into this area before we tap into this area here. So that's what I see kind of moving forward. We're going to tap down into this area, pull up, come down here, pull into this area, come back up into this area. So I think over the week, we could very well break this area right here. Break 35,600. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's my my market breakdown for you guys. Let me unshare my screen. Cool. So again, I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys got some value from that. I'm excited to see where the week goes. So those are the two pairs I'm going to be trading: gold, US30. So I hope we get some good trades this week. So again, you don't have to trade every day. Just look for those important and A+ setups. So appreciate you guys popping on here every Sunday. If you guys can do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. I want to continue to build my channel here. And stay tuned for some YouTube videos. And other than that, stay tuned for next Sunday for our next market breakdown. All right. Peace, guys.